Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be tackling the floor in my garage. It's just before winter and a lot of the paint has already peeled. Once from last year and the year before, I haven't done anything to it for about 2-3 years now. I ran out of the product, which is over here. I'll show you what it is later. But before I get into pouring the product down, because it's winter and it's been about 2-3 years since I cleaned it, there may be still salt on the floor from when you bring a vehicle in and it all drips down. So I'm going to clean all that up first. Before I go to that, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and what happens. And it's just when you're on the ground rolling around, you end up breathing a lot of concrete dust. Because over here, it's just, right now it's all vacuumed up because I've been vacuuming and trying to control it. But I don't want to control it, I want to eliminate it before the winter. It's all stuff like this. The grade on this floor is not the best. It basically, about 3/4 of the way back, it all drains back here. Where this rug was, that's what the floor should look like after the paint. You can see the piece of rebar in this floor where it cracked. Like I say, my concrete was too thin and it's not very good, but it's got really thick rebar in it. Give you a scale. That's my hand. Goes down here. You can see, give you a close-up. This is actually salt. All this stuff is salt. Yeah, so I don't want to take everything out. I got quite a bit out as it is. But I'm going to pressure wash this area, scrub it, probably with Dawn, just to get any oil grease. Okay, we're back, following day. As clean as I'm going to make it. I'm not going to go ridiculous. I'll show you what I got. I had the fan on for basically, it's been 24 hours since I did it. It's cold outside. They said -3 tonight, which is Fahrenheit. What would that be in Fahrenheit? 32 is freezing, so about 30, maybe. Below freezing. I'll show you what I've done so far. I'll bring you over here. I ran this fan that was here, drying the floor. And the reason why I'm giving it so long is I did use a pressure washer and I did get it up on here quite a bit. Aspenite. And it's not sealed or painted. Anyway, also ran the heat pump, which is back there. The heat pump takes a lot of moisture out of the air. Diesel heater's also been running. And it looks like I'm going to have to top up. I'm going to leave it run one more day and I'm going to turn around and seal the floor. But right now I'm going to take everything that's outside, put it back in here because it is going to -3 and I don't want to keep it outside. I'll show you what I got out there. It's a mess. Okay, it's dark, so it'd be hard to see, but everything is under my, what I call a garage tent. Anyway, I'm going to turn the big heater on. That will heat up and dry everything else if anything got damp out there. It will dry as I'm bringing it in. Anyway, we'll be back when everything's in. Okay, so now day 3. So I had 2 days of the floor drying, so we should be good. And the product I got, hang on, let me set another camera up here. Hopefully I got it. Right? Okay, so it's concrete adhesive. It's what it's designed to do is when you put more concrete down, you put this layer on first, you pour the other concrete, it's supposed to help the 2 layers sort of stick. It's basically a primer. It helps the 2 layers of concrete stick together. Anyway, I shook it up already and it says don't use below 5 degrees Celsius, that's 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I checked the floor is at around 13, so, or 13 or 14 degrees. Anyway, so I'll open it up, then I'll show you how I'm going to install it. It's basically like water. Okay, so we're going to start over here. I'll bring you over closer to show you what I got. There's different brands of this stuff. I imagine they're pretty much all the same. Maybe another one with a better lid that's on it. I'll leave a link in the description and show you what it is and I'll show you how I put it on. Anyway, so I'm going to get going. With one of these cameras, you should be able to see me. With a product like this, it goes in, it gets absorbed into the concrete itself and it kind of binds it together. Even though there's loose or powder, it will hold it together. And it, last time I did this was approximately 3-4 years ago. I ran out of stuff. I never bothered getting it to. I got to a point where I couldn't clean the floor anymore, and it was just getting ridiculous. So anyway, I just don't get fancy or nothing. I just pour it on where the it's broken away or all powder. I'll get that over here. Like I say, it's a garage floor. I'm not trying to be too fancy. And I don't want to do the whole floor. I just want to do the areas that are bad. And this is caused from salt just completely peeling up the paint that was on it and eating the concrete. The areas that are bad, I let it, a bunch of it sit there before I roll it out. Okay, so I'm going to get at all this floor. You can see where some of the areas that are really bad. And if you go down, I'll get you a close. You see, you pick up stuff like this, and that's after it's all clean. It just keeps breaking away, breaking away. But once you put that stuff on, it seals it and holds it together. You're good for a couple of years. And there's rinse and repeat. Okay, so I'm going to get back. I got this whole floor to do. I'll take you, once it's dry, I'll take you through and show you how tight it comes. Instead of all this stuff, it'll be nice and tight. You can scratch it and it'll be perfect. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, just coming down to the end of it. I've been putting a lot on and just moving it around and let it soak in. And when it soaks in, usually in the past, hopefully this is a good product. The same stuff I used last time, but different brand. Last time it worked good. Like I say, I just ran out and, like I say, this stuff, I think around here, that's around $60 for that, what is it? 1 gallon, 1 US gallon. So it's not cheap, but I've been kind of trying to save my floor now. I've been in this garage for 32 years. And it's been a fight because the concrete's always been soft. But it's the only thing I found. I would like if there's somebody out there who knows a better product to use than what I'm using here. But like I say, I had a jug here and I tried it one time and it worked. So I've been using it ever since. But if I don't use it, there's no way you can work on the ground and breathe unless you vacuum constantly. And when you vacuum the floor, the concrete right out. That's why there's all these pits in it. It's just falling apart. But this will hold it together for a couple of years. I'm not doing the whole floor. I'm just doing where it's bad. And pretty much this time here, it's bad all over the place, this whole area. I may have too much down in this one section. I'll just keep working it. The next day, everything's back in its place. I'll show you around in a bit. Anyway, I put this much. I may have put a bit too much on this area closer to the door, or it's colder on that side. I think I just checked the temperature. It's like 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Over there, that's roughly around 14 Celsius. So anyway, I'll show you, I'll bring you around. I'll bring you down. You can see over here where the transition is from where it really dried good and soaked into the concrete, where not so much. But I believe it's because I put a second coat over here. I had too much and I just brushed it around after a lot of it's already soaked in. So that could be my bad. Anyway, everything's back in its place where it goes. So like I said earlier, I'll put a link for that in the description. And if anybody knows a better way of doing this, like I said, I've been having to do this now for, 32 years. But there's always a better way. I don't want to paint again, because painting actually makes it too slippery. This is not bad. Anyway, done. Anyway, if you like the video, appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye for now.